fundamentals of engaging the core through to make sure that we're actually activating the muscles that we want to be working, rather than just going through the motion and then walking away with either tired muscles or sore backs because we haven't engaged. Alright, so we're going to just warm up first, so we'll just do some warm-up exercises. So we stand on our feet. I don't have any trainers on, mainly because I find it easier to get into the positions without any trainers on, but that's totally up to you, whatever you prefer. Okay, so we're going to take our arms across our body, take it all the way up, and then we're going to fold at the hip, bend the knees, come through, touch the floor, open it up, through, down, open it up, through. Slowly uncurl the back now, start incorporating that. Oh, arms right. Good. So really getting the spine to start bending at the hip, pulling in as you come up. Curling, uncurling really slowly, all the way through. I'll get my arms right. Coming up. Okay, then we're going to go side to side. And take our arm over. Good, so we're not bending too much. Good. Okay, and then we're going to bring the arms forwards and take them out, and forwards and take them out. So as we come forwards, we're rounding the back. As we're coming open, we're over squeezing the shoulder blades together and going forwards and out and forwards and out. And then we're going to reverse that. So go forwards, through, stretch the chest, forwards, through, stretch the chest, forward, through, forward and through. Okay, and we're going to do a little bit of twisting, so just taking the arms to the side, so keeping the hips facing forwards, stretching as far as you can. If it's only to here, then that's fine, almost like you're holding a hula hoop. Funny that. Okay, good. And then stretch, 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 stretch. And go down, round the back, bend the knees, stay in that position, and then come up. And just roll the shoulders back. Okay, so today we're going to do 10 exercises. We're going to start off by firstly going through the correct engagement of the core. So I want you just to sit comfortably. I find it easier to be on my knees whilst doing this. Okay, and just take a deep breath in and breathe out. Now, if you breathe with your chest, tummy to avoid didn't move very far. If you breathe with your belly, so breathe out when you breathe in, and then breathe in when you breathe out. That doesn't make any sense. So your tummy goes out as you breathe in, and then your tummy comes in as you breathe out. as you breathe out and you feel that tummy pulled in, just breathe normally throughout whilst we're doing this. Tummy is pulled all the way in. Then I just want you to relax the tummy halfway. Okay, so then we're halfway increased, pulling it in. And then relax it again, halfway again. And that should be at 25% activated. So you go from normal to pulled in, to a little bit out, to a little bit out. Okay, so 25%. Through doing this, pulling in your tummy, all these muscles here are all to do with your core. Through, up, all through here. So if you just go all relaxed and floppy, you probably find yourself all quite loose everywhere. You pull in, you'll find everything's really hard. And then if you relax, you still feel that a bit hard. And then you relax again. Your muscles underneath are still harder, but you're not doing this, so then you're not going, I can't breathe. So you've still got the full use of your lungs. Your core is activated. You've got a neutral spine, because as you've done that, you've stood up nice and straight, shoulders, hips, knees, tails tucked in. So you're not now doing this. You're not pushing your thing forward, but you're in here. So imagine your pelvis is like a bowl of water. So you're sloshing forwards, backwards, backwards. And then when you find that bowl becomes level, that's where your neutral spine is for your hips. The rest of your spine obviously goes all the way up to here, and that's where we encourage you to keep your arms back, shoulders down, straight, head up. So none of this, because that's not neutral, is it? Because you're flexing the neck. So up here. So when I say neutral spine, especially in the planks, a lot of people will do this. Keep the chin up, ears above shoulders, elongate, but keep it in a relaxed form so that you're actually engaging your core. Okay, so now we're going to come and lie down on the mat, on our backs. Feet can be bent. No, I'm not in the shot. Let me just turn around so I'm diagonal. That should help. There we go. Okay, so when we're lying on the backs, engage your core. What happens? Can you get your hand underneath your back? If you can, it's because your pelvis is tilted up. I'll just accentuate it so it's here. When we're doing our back exercises, or ab exercises, we need to push our lower back into the mat. Okay, so now I can't get my hand through. So this is a posterior pelvic tilt. So you're tilting your pelvis up. You see that? See that movement there? So through doing that, your muscle touches down here, and you've engaged it. Now when you can easily do this just as an exercise. If you're really, really weak, pelvic tilt up and down. Just rotate, arch the back and pull it in. Arch the back, pull it in. But we don't want to be arching the back, so we want to push that back into the mat. So this is the first exercise, is getting that pelvic tilt correct and pushing that lower back into the mat. Just from doing that, that can be actually quite hard in itself. I just need to get my timer up because we're going to do 30 seconds of each. Oh. And then we're going to do, let's see if it's worked because I've only just thought about that. I'll just put the timer on. That's probably easier, isn't it? Timer. No, not that. Stopwatch. Thank you. Okay, so we're just going to hold the pelvic tilt for 30 seconds. Now, I say hold it for 30 seconds. You don't have to hold it for 30 seconds. You can hold it and release. Hold it and release. So this is the one main exercise everyone just assumes, including me, with my clients. I haven't done this before with my clients. Just assume that people know how to do it. And it's actually one of the main reasons for getting back pain. Because we're doing all these exercises, we may have the mobility and the ability to do it. Okay, relax. But it's actually getting it to be engaged is the hardest bit. Okay, so our next exercise is going to be engage the pelvic tilt from hands to hips, going up, touch the knees and come back down. Pelvic tilt up. So it's just the ab curl. Okay, let's start. So up and down. Up and down. So really keeping the tummy pulled in and coming back down. Keeping that back pushed into the floor and down. You probably find it's a lot harder now because we're engaging the core. We're visualising our muscles working. And if you can visualise them working, last 2 seconds, then you can and relax. You visualise them working, your brain then tells you what muscles are doing what, and it helps with the execution of the exercise. Okay, so we're going to give that a little rest now. So our next exercise is going to be the glute bridge. So feet firmly on the floor, and you're just going to push the glutes up, push, 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 and then come back down. Push up and push down. Okay, so let's start that. So up and down. So again, keeping the tummy pulled in, make sure you go back to your pelvic tilt, coming up and push down. Come up, squeeze the glutes up and come down. Squeeze the glutes up and come down. You might think, what my glutes got to do with my core? Well, your glutes are around the pelvis, aren't they? They're a massive muscle that can change things and cause injuries if they're not used. Okay, and relax. Okay, so then our next exercise, glute bridge number 4, is our bicycle crunch. So again, engage the core, tilt, and our legs are just going to do this. Now you can just do that if you want, or hands not touching the head, because we're not going to be pulling our neck at any point, keeping the chin up, and we're just going to go across side to side. So again, keep the tummy in, keep the lower back pushed into the ground. Okay, ready, let's go. You can do this slowly, you can do it fast. The lower your legs go, the harder it is. So you can have them up here if it's too difficult. You could just do that if you can't, or you can put the legs down and just do this. Totally up to you. Take it at your ability. 3 seconds and relax. Well done. Okay, so our 5th exercise, our leg raises. So this is the one that can cause the most damage with the lower back. So this is the one where we have to make sure that we engage. So a lot of people will do this, but that's not the answer. The answer is either do it in a way that you can do it without having to do this. So get the tummy pulled in, pelvic tilt, and then pull up and pull down. Now, if you don't want to do that, that's too difficult. What you can do instead is you can do one, bring it down, do the other one. You can straighten the legs, so you have one coming up and one coming up. So your hips are being pulled towards your tummy. okay? If that's still too difficult, have it from here and just stretch. Again, pushing the lower back into the floor. Okay, so let's give that a go. Also, you can pull the leg in, take it up, lower down, bring it in, up, lower down. Either way, we're working those muscles, and you're just thinking of bringing the hips towards the abs, towards the chest, keeping that lower back down. If it's too hard, then just take it lower. We're not here to tire ourselves out and relax. We're here for optimising the activity. Okay, so then we've got my favourites. We've got shimmies. I call them shimmies. So hands down by the sides, both sides, feet flat on the floor, and then all we're going to do is reach for the heels. 2, 3. So this one is doing your obliques. Again, keep the tummy pulled in, keep the back pushed into the floor, and let's go. 1, 2. So the head and neck come off the floor, so you can physically see yourself bending the spine, but just going side to side, activating those obliques. Good. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Okay. Ugh. So the last one we're going to do on the floor, like this, is our Russian twist. Getting interrupted.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on, off you go. So we've got our Russian twists. So now this one, we sit, excuse the dog, going backwards. So we're creating a V. Just pull that up. Alright, so if that's too difficult, then just come up. You don't have to lean all the way back. If it's causing pain or discomfort, then just come up. Keep within comfortable positions because we are working the core. So we're working side to side at 2 and 10 o'clock. So we're not going all the way around here. We're focusing on engaging that core. Okay, so 30 seconds. Go. 1, 2, 3. 4. Halfway. This is a tough one. This is a real tough one because you're using your stabilizers and you're going side to side. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Whew. Okay, so now we're going to come up and work on our back muscles because we've worked the front muscles. We need to work the back muscles. So we're going to start off, what's number 8? Back extensions. So we're going to lie on the floor, nice and flat. Hands in front of you, to the side of you, hands by your head. So back extensions, you can either just lift up like that, or you can head and hands. If you're really strong, you can do both. Okay, let's give it a go. Okay, ready? And go. So it's a bit like our ab crunch, but reversed, using our extensors. A lot of us will have a stronger back than we will our front. And any of these exercises you can do for longer, shorter, however. 3, 2, 1, and relax. So you could repeat that exercise if you wanted to, make it harder. You also go into a swimmer. I'm not going to go through that today, but we'll do that maybe next week. Okay, so then our next one is our bird dog. You might come to the side now. Get it all moving in. So we've got, if you've got sore wrists, you can curl up your mat and just hold it here, so that all the weight isn't going into the wrist. You're just taking the pressure off. So you can do that. Make sure the knees are below the hips, hands below the shoulders, and then we're just going to pull the tummy in, get that neutral spine, so nice and straight, and then we're just going to stretch out and lift up and bring it back in. Stretch out, lift up and come back in. If that's too difficult, you can just do the legs and then the arm. Both is ideal, but you take it at your pace. Okay, let's get the thing back on. Okay, let's go. So, stretch out, lift, keep the tummy pulled in, keep the back straight, bring it back in. Don't be tempted to take the leg too high, keep it all in line so you're a tabletop, and come back down. Just keep everything as still as you can. So if you're doing this, then just bring it back in, we're doing this, keep everything as straight as you can. So hips stay in line with the floor, shoulders stay in line with the floor. Everything all in a long line. It's quite a tough one. Good, and relax. So again, some of these ones you'll find easier than others, and you'll be able to find you can go on for longer than the others. So you can take it at your pace, do whatever you want to do to increase your ability. And we'll then come into a plank, just to finish off. I've tied you all out, now I'm going to make you do a plank. Okay, so arms flat on the floor, head and neutral spine. You can do it from your knees, or you can do it from the toes. But again, making sure we've got that tilt in place. Let's start this time as I'm not doing it without it. So let's go. So on the tiptoes, pulling the muscles in. You can visualise them, and if you need to relax, don't hold it for too long, because otherwise you'll tire yourself out. Just hold, relax, hold, relax. So keeping that back nice and straight. Think about the muscles that you're using and relax. So again, you can hold that for longer if you want to. Just go with what is good for you. So we did the plank workout last week. So if you're really wanting to, you can mix and match those two. I've got them on my YouTube channel. If you need to get hold of them, I can send you the directions to that. But then as we've done that, I'll just relax through. So we've used our shoulders quite a lot because that's part of our trunk. So we're just going to have one hand in each hand and push forwards. Stretch between the scapula. We're then going to stretch up towards the ceiling. Don't lock the elbows, keep the elbows soft. Just stretch up. And then we're going to have the hands behind the back, fingers pointing backwards. Squeeze the elbows together. Look up, stretch out the chest. And we're going to come onto all fours. And we're going to curl the back up. and dip through into an arch. And we're going to come back through and dip back through. This time just move the hips back, the knees back, push the hips to the floor. Get that stretch through the abs. And then come back through onto your knees. And just have a bit of a relax. We can then come through into a sitting position. Take one leg over the front leg, hug the leg with the opposite hand and twist. Get that stretch through the glutes. And then the other side. Now through those exercises we've used the hip flexors, so we'll stretch those. So you can bring one leg up to your hands and then just push the hips into the floor. You'll feel that stretch through here. If you need to deepen it, you can stand up, sit up, but just be careful. And then come back down. And then we'll swap legs. And push forwards. Just take it to a mild discomfort. Just be careful. And then come back down. We'll sit on our backs, bottoms again, and just stretch forward towards the toes. Stretch off the hamstrings. It's amazing how many muscles you use when you're just doing a core workout. Good. And then we'll just do the deltoids through. And through. And the triceps, we've used those. And the other side. Excellent. Well done, guys. Hope that's helped you understand more about how to activate the core and some exercises to be able to get a good all over core workout. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for some DD mix at 6 o'clock. Bye bye bye.